What if I told you there is a secret world of tiny creatures with incredible powers beyond the realm of human imagination? When you realize the phenomenal abilities of these tiny little animals and what they're truly capable of, in comparison, we are just big, clumsy giants. I've devoted my life to unlocking the secrets of these miraculous mini monsters. I'm teaming up with a scientist friend, and we're going to the very edge of the world to find them.
Which way? In the bush? I got one!
Behind you.
Did you get it? He's got me.
Looks like a dinosaur, straight up from the dawn of time.
That's the perfect killing machine right there. I'll show you, pound for pound, they stack up against any creature that ever roamed the earth. Fight that.
Oh! He destroyed my sensor.
This is in the realm of superheroes. Size does not matter, especially when you're a little giant.
So much wildlife concentrated in this one little place.
You're dead right, my friend. Madagascar rainforest. There's activity on every level. It's truly an oasis of life from the forest floor to the top of the canopy. You can think of a handful of places in the world where animals are this calm. That's the benefit of them not being hunted or persecuted like so much wildlife elsewhere. Here in Madagascar, they're protected and people appreciate their value.
This is a legitimate tropical paradise.
So true, buddy. And the little giant that we're after today has learned how to dominate this entire range. But it's nearly impossible to find him because they're all basically invisible. We are combing through the surreal junglescape of Madagascar in search of an invisible monster that is also one of the stealthiest predators on the planet, the mighty panther chameleon. This lizard is a rainforest ninja, hidden in plain sight, but armed with an arsenal of weapons that make him impossible to detect or even defend against. His grip strength is like a bear, and his claws a bear trap, and he uses them to turn the entire rainforest into his own private hunting ground. When he's on the hunt, its camouflage makes him virtually invisible, but there is no hiding from his all-seeing eyes, which can spin independently 360 degrees and track its prey with laser precision. And once you're in his crosshairs, there is no escape from his lightning-fast, obliterating tongue strike. You've been destroyed by an attack you never saw coming. And that's the calling card of the deadly but undetectable panther chameleon. Panther chameleons are so successful as a predator, there are literally thousands of them all around us. Everywhere you look, there's probably chameleons already looking back at you. I want to find the perfect panther chameleon for you to test. So I want a mature, adult, plenty of color, plenty of go, so you get great data. But here's the other thing. It's like searching for a ghost.
There's always a catch with you.
It's gonna be a long day, my friend. Catching the chameleon has been incredibly difficult because its ability to blend into its environment is innate. His body outline with his unique coloring. So we need to narrow our search area.
Okay. What's the plan? What are you thinking?
They prefer smaller trees because they have these opposable toes that give them a grip diameter of 2 inches across. Those kind of trees are perfect for them to comfortably get hold of. The next thing is look for a splash of unexpected color. Orange, yellow, blue, electric green. Also, an unnatural, beautiful curve in nature because it has fairly smooth curve-shaped back that'll help us identify what is the tree and what is not.
That makes sense. Let's find these guys, man.
All righty. Look at that.
Where?
straight through the far side.
Did you find one?
No, I didn't. But check this out. I saw this unnatural curve on the tree, and I thought, it's a chameleon. But no, that's a snail. Look at the size of this forest snail.
Wow.
Now, I'm a big man, big hands. You can see this is a much bigger snail than you get in your garden at home. And believe me, they get a lot bigger than this. Africa has the biggest snails in the world. The Ghanaian tiger snail weighs 2 pounds. And gastropod, eating foot. It eats through its foot.
Wow.
This has more teeth than any other living creature on the planet by a factor of 100.
What?
Yeah, so they have this tongue, it's called a ratula, and it has tens of thousands of tiny teeth, and it can just cut through pretty much anything. In fact, one of the snail's favorite prey items, other snails.
No way.
Cannibals. They're pretty extraordinary. Let's put this guy back. Found an animal, just wasn't the animal I wanted. Hang on. You can see the top of the canopy twitching back and forth.
Oh, yeah?
I don't see anything. It's just the trees moving, just the wind. Oh, right there. That's way too high.
I would have thought that these chameleons would be closer to the ground.
But remember this, its sharp claws and incredible grip strength mean that there is no facet of any tree in this rainforest where it cannot hunt. This is my net at full extension. That's what, 13, 14 feet?
Yeah.
He's at least at 30. Way out of range for us. All right, let's keep moving.
I'll be honest with you. When you told me that we were going to be looking for the chameleon, I thought this was going to be the easiest little giant quest we've ever went on.
But I promise you, this is perfect habitat. It's so still in here, but you can see the... Oh, look, look.
Oh.
You got the box, buddy? Easy does it. Not going to hurt you. Here we go. There we go. Look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful. Love that hot orange on charcoal color, but I have to admit, this is a juvenile. It's a lot smaller than I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
But that's gorgeous, huh?
Oh, yeah.
See how it pushed his throat out, look bigger in the head?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I'm huge. Got the foot raised in the Kung Fu master pose. Yeah. He's beautiful. I love him, but he's a juvenile, not nearly as big or as impressive as I was hoping for. So we'll release him.
Yep.
And replace him with something bigger and better. So let's keep hunting.
All right.
This is perfect habitat. They are all through here. Even the vines, anything that moves. Oh, you seen this?
Where?
Right in front of us, look. Look. Yeah, here we go, bring the box. Where is he?
He's just disappeared. I mean, he's so perfectly blend in with that tree trunk.
That's the gift, and that's the game. We better keep looking. He's got to be close. Got to keep our eyes open.
There he is. There he is. Going up.
Don't lose him, don't lose him. Behind the tree on my side, behind the tree.
Grab him, grab him.
Oh, easy does it. Easy does it.
Wow.
There we go. That's what we came for. Rainforest Ninja himself, the mighty panther chameleon.
Wow, look at him.
Look at that color. It's blood crimson and sort of electric jade.
Yeah, gorgeous. Look at those eyes. I mean, I'm actually getting a little dizzy looking because his eyes are just all over the place.
Oh, yeah. His all-seeing eyes can spin independently. Ugly, but effective.
Woo! It's feisty. Okay, I see
There
that panther coming out in this chameleon.
Yeah. Look, as he gets angrier,
Ooh.
his color is transforming into a sort of a dark wine color.
Yeah.
And the green is dark enough. So we need to put him into the box, get him back to the lab, let him calm down a little bit. In he goes. Woo.
After capturing this nearly invisible creature, we're ready to put it through its paces and do some testing. These chameleons are the animal equivalent of stealth assassins. So we've prepared some unique experiments to get an up-close understanding of its attack mechanisms, its defensive strategies, and its one-of-a-kind special abilities.
chameleons are obviously like magicians.
Yeah.
I mean, they have this amazing sleight of hand.
Right?
Those beautiful colors innately enable it to blend into any environment.
Yeah, I mean, he's exquisitely camouflaged. But most people think chameleons change color to increase their camouflage.
Which is not true.
Not true at all. When it changes color, it's purely a communication device to let you know its mood. So it gets angrier or distressed. It pumps in this darker pigment, or melanin, and it gets darker and darker, and some patches become more and more vivid. You can see he's relaxed right now, and the beautiful pale colors are out. It's an exquisite-looking lizard. And I promise you, this is one of the most gifted hunters amongst all little giants here in the rainforest.
All right, but we've got to test it for me to believe it.
He's ready for whatever you can dream up.
First things first, let's talk about the chameleon's targeting abilities. They have arguably the most dynamic optical range of motion of any animal I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. The panther chameleon sees more of the rainforest than any other animal. Now, when we look at anything as a human being, we focus on one thing. But he is processing twin focal points. That means he can look at and process two things accurately at the same time. If he can see his prey, but his prey can't see him, that's a massive advantage.
That's why I can't wait to observe its optical range of motion vertically and laterally.
Let's do it.
So essentially, we're performing an eye test. So I want you to take your field tweezers and attract his eye movement. We'll have him just look around every which way. When you're done, we'll assess his range of eye motion with our iris tracking software. This is how it works. Everyone's eyes reflect light. And as we move our eyes, there are changes in these reflections. The software will analyze the video of our chameleon's eye test and his iris reflections and be able to precisely measure his vertical and lateral optical range.
All right, let's do it. Ready? Okay. Steady on left. There we go. Moving right. Ooh, look at that. He's tracking.
Looking up,
Okay.
down.
There we go. Look at that. He's locked on. Now we're in front of him. Obviously he sees that. Back right.
Oh, yeah. I'm almost directly behind him, and he is staring me down.
And now his left eye's back on me.
That's amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it?
All right, I think we're good. Let's see what we got.
How's it look?
According to our iris tracking software, in one lateral movement, his eye has a lateral range of 169 degrees.
Wow. That's almost a full hemisphere and almost twice the human range.
Vertically, 170.
Add those together, it's very close to 360-degree vision. Very few predators can look at two images at once. That defies nature. It's like one of those helicopter-mounted news cameras that give us a panoramic view. Now, say we compare this panther chameleon to a helicopter camera rig. If they both surveyed the landscape around them from one angle, the news camera has a vertical and horizontal range that can see 58% of the area around it. But our sharp-eyed chameleon has such a wide vertical and horizontal range, it could easily eyeball 90% of everything around it. Nothing can escape our monster's panoramic crosshairs. The panther chameleon really is the king of all he surveys. In terms of visual acuity, this guy has another gear. He can see everything around him if he so chooses. You cannot sneak up on this guy, and you cannot escape his gaze either. The panther chameleon can look at two things accurately at the same time. Very close to 360-degree vision. You cannot sneak up on this guy. And keep in mind, beyond exceptional vision, chameleons also have other extraordinary abilities that make him such an incredible predator.
As I saw him in the rainforest, his feet caught my eye immediately.
Yeah, they're quite unique. 2 toes on one side are fused together and 3 on the other side are fused. And they have fixed claws on the end, which is perfect for climbing branches. So when they grab onto a branch, it's like a vice grip. Boom, it's a lock. That gives them incredible gripping power. He'd be almost impossible to rip off a tree if you're a predator, and an incredible foundation for any attack he chooses to mount. A huge advantage for an arboreal creature.
That's an essential survival feature. So we should gather the data on its grip force.
How do you want to do that?
So I've got this gas pressure sensor.
Okay.
And this little device,
Measures the change in air pressure when the chameleon clamps onto the tube.
when he squeezes it, I'll get a pressure reading from this sensor, and we'll know how strong its grip actually is.
Okay, let's see what he's capable of. All right. Now remember, he has a prehensile tail like a monkey. Their tails are effectively a fifth leg. So it's more than strong enough to be supported by its tail. I'm not hurting him, I'm just holding him there. Are you ready?
I am ready now.
Here he comes. Whoa, he's got it. He's got it. He's squeezing.
Look at those feet. You can see his muscles bulking out as he's gripping that sensor.
What a grip! You getting a reading?
Yep.
What are we talking?
That chameleon had a grip force 1.61 pounds per square inch. That's 10 times its weight of 2.5 ounces.
Put that in context for you. If you can have a grip strength of 4 times your body weight, you win the powerlifting world championship.
Wow.
But the panther chameleon, its crushing grip strength is 10 times its body weight.
That's right.
So he is 2.5 times stronger than the world's strongest human being relative to his size. That's why he has such a rock-solid grip, period. That's why it's such a solid base.
That grip strength allow it to have the perfect positioning to strike and kill its prey.
With that kind of traction, it can attack from anywhere, come from any angle. Its prey never sees it coming.
This panther chameleon is delivering the goods. And all of that is in support of its primary weapon, its tongue.
Yeah, but it's not just a tongue. It's a mouth cannon. When this guy locks onto its prey and he opens his mouth, it's an extraordinary weapon that he unleashes. The tongue itself is 1.5 times the length of his body. It's this coiled up hydrostatic organ that's triggered with a special bone and muscle. It starts off hollow and it compresses back on itself, kind of like a slinky. And then the whole thing gets pumped full of fluid. And then, of course, you have all these powerful muscles and a bone that basically acts as a trigger. And when it fires, boom, the trigger goes off. It throws this huge tongue out, at the end of which is a big, heavy, sticky glob. It has a devastating effect. Nothing can get away. And then, of course, crunch, down come those powerful jaws. This guy is essentially mobile artillery in the trees.
That's something I have to test. So in order for us to get a force and velocity reading from the chameleon's tongue propulsion, that strike force, I've configured this force pad to have a cricket on it, so it's incentivized to strike it. You're gonna place the chameleon on this branch, and then we're gonna let him strike a cricket.
I say let's give it a go. All right, Jungle Fire, you ready to do this? See, look at that, he's rearing to go.
Clearly precision and stealth over speed.
Oh yeah, just because his limbs aren't moving quickly doesn't mean that his brain isn't moving quickly. He is taking in everything straight up there.
Oh, he's moving in for the strike.
Bullseye! That was astonishingly fast. Tell me you got that.
Oh, I got it.
He didn't move a muscle. Just boom. Good night. Thanks for lunch. That was amazing.
Okay, look at this. From the moment that it opened its mouth,
His tongue traveled 12 inches in 0.012 seconds.
that works out to 56 miles per hour.
Wow, that's faster than the blink of an eye. But it's not just the speed that makes this such a powerful strike. We can't discount the force of the tongue at the point of impact.
That's right. He hit the sensor with the force of 40 joules,
Which is a unit of energy generated by motion.
1 joule is basically equivalent to 1 watt of energy. That means his tongue generated enough energy to power a 40-watt light bulb for a second.
Talk about punching above your weight. Nothing in the animal kingdom could compete with that kind of striking ability. We are now in the mechanical realm.
Exactly. This guy is like a wrecking ball on a construction site.
Imagine if our chameleon ballooned from his mass of 2.5 ounces to 4,400 pounds, which is the mass of a standard demolition wrecking ball. Now, say we contracted these two super strikers to level a freeway overpass. One swing of the wrecking ball would hammer into the overpass with 180,000 joules of energy. That'll smash through the midsection of the overpass. But when our supersized panther chameleon has a go, that devastating tongue will wallop with 1.1 million joules of energy. Enough power to rip through the middle of not one, but 6 freeway overpasses with one single strike. Get this monster masher a hard hat, because with skills like that, he'll be winning a lifetime contract. That insane strike speed. It'd be like being knocked off your feet by a meteor.
I'm starting to see why they call it the panther chameleon. I mean, they're both stealthy hunters. Both have this amazing camouflage that blends them into their environment.
That's true. Both absolutely devastating strike speed. Your data has made it clear. This little giant is for real. It's crushing grip strength.
Incredible optical range.
And that absolute earth-shattering tongue power. This is one of the most gifted hunters amongst all little giants here in the rainforest.
Couldn't agree with you more. What do you say we put him back in the forest?
Absolutely. It's time for him to go home. This looks perfect.
I gotta say, the panther chameleon, so much more than what I thought it would be.
One of the weirdest and most wonderful reptiles I've ever seen in my life.
Look, he's already a perfect blend with these trees and these leaves.
Wow. With all those powers, imagine if it was the size of an actual panther.
I don't even want to think about a panther chameleon that's a few hundred pounds bigger. Thank you very much.